Hello, it's Kylie. This video is a flip through and showcase of my latest inspiration bundle with a journal, and I've called it the Hidden Garden because it's high summer and very burny here in Australia, and I know in the Northern Hemisphere it's quite wintry and cold. So thinking of flowers and spring is probably on our minds but not a reality. However, this is a very floral bundle, and I've decided to call it the Secret Garden. It's like a walled garden protected from the elements. So the idea was that I would do a blank journal with enough bits and pieces to fill the journal as you wish, but I went too far with the blank. It started off lightly decorated and now it's just a decorated journal. But I would like to think I found a bit of balance. Before I show you inside the journal, I'll just take you through the cover. So I've used some beautiful cotton elasticized lace from Emily's shop, Blue Linen Cottage, on the spine, and I used it because I wanted a little bit of texture and the ruffle there. I also edged the journal in this other beautiful cotton sort of lace, cotton bobbin lace. But the piece de resistance is this beautiful antique cot quilt that I managed to source from a shop in the UK. And it is silk and it has a floral pattern printed on it, but it's also been machine stitched quite beautifully, and I did take the backing off it, so it's not very, I guess, thick, but it still has a beautiful texture to it and a beautiful feel. It's hard for me to part with this quilt, but I just felt it needed to be made into something beautiful for other people to admire and use. So that's the back. Each journal is slightly different, obviously, because I've used a different part of the quilt, but the flowers are still the same, the pattern. This is a velvet applique that I have hand stitched on with a crocheted medallion, and I just had to put a little ribbon there, and that is hand stitched on, so if you don't like it you can take that off if you wish. Rather than wrapping anything around the cover, which I felt interfered with that look, I just tied, I put some large eyelets at the side and tied some seam binding through those. So opening up, we do have the 3 parts for the inspiration bundle, which I will go through at the end. But this is inside the journal, so same but slightly different, obviously, because I've used beautiful book page at the start, but not the same page in every journal. This pocket here is the same, so you can write underneath this beautiful tea-stained piece of lace. And I've used the Bright Floral Kit 1 Printable as the lining. I've used some of my gold glitter kiss because it's just going to be glittery in my craft room all the time now. That is a printable from my vintage linen tag kit, and I have put some original ephemera in each journal as part of the inspiration bundle, and so each postcard will be slightly different, or obviously different. So that's book page, avocado dyed page with a ruffle, and a little vintage crystal pin. And I've just put some washi. I've used original vintage ledger, but this is my Floral Ledger printable kit, and I have a eyelet tuck there on some vintage paper. And here I have pinned on with a little mini bull clip that I've decorated with a vintage pearl, and it has I don't think it's a real pearl because it has some aging to it, but I just loved the look of that. This is a book plate that I've popped in an original French receipt from 1929, and the journals have the same type of receipt. They may have a different stamp on it, and this is another tag I've just topped and pinned onto another book page, beautiful book page, from a different book to the first book page. I love the sound of those little charms. And some more ledger, so quite a lot of writing space and space for your own things in these journals. Some music paper. I've not glued any of these down, so you've got a lot of choices to what you would like to do. Here I have a little Tim Holtz tiny attacher and an original Will's cigarette card, one of my watercolor floral cards that I've backed, and I've put some of that glitter around the edge. I do ink the edge with, I think it's called tea dye, and then I use the gold around that, and that's an Edith Holden book page. They'll be slightly different in each journal as well as the tags. But this is just sort of giving you an idea of what is in there. That's just pinned onto some ledger. Another one of those printable pages. Here again, another Tim Holtz tiny paper clip, and that is an antique French diary page, which I thought could be used for collaging. Another one of the watercolor pages, and this is an original Victorian calling card. So I've just pinned them together in a little cluster on the side of the page. Sorry to reach across, it's the only way I can pin it back on. And a little hanky pocket, some beautiful antique ribbon there. The other side of that book page and ledger. I have a belly band here that you can put your own ephemera in, or move the ephemera I've pinned into the journal around. And this is another fabric ruffle, and the other side of that book page. So you can see very floral, very spring themed, and that's the back. So you can sort of do a little summary or conclusion to the journal on the tag, or the little lace flip. And that's the back of the journal. And now I will just show you the inspiration bundles. So I have a little crochet snippet there that I have pinned to the back, and this is just a little sample of wallpaper that you can use, different types of wallpaper in your journal to collage. They will all be the same pattern but different parts of the pattern. This is your beautiful lace and trim bundle, so a wax seal charm there and a piece of beautiful embroidered French trim. I have avocado dyed this beautiful lace. This is a nice big piece. I've folded it and folded it again, but it's a gorgeous blue colour. And some beautiful blue lace from Emily's shop. I have avocado stains, some Dutch lace that looks really beautiful as a like a ruffle down the side of a page. Some gorgeous antique hand bobbined, this was on the edge of a tablecloth, and some velvet, beautiful velvet colour there. So that is your little trim pack. So I'll put them on the side there. And this is a little floral sort of fabric pack. Another wax seal charm on one of Tim Holtz's pins. And that's a beautiful embroidered snippet there. some beautiful antique fabric, some lovely light floral vintage. This is sort of vintage, but probably going into that antique sort of age bracket, but beautiful florals. And that's a nice eyelet that I've tea stained there. So some really nice pocket options there. So that is my Hidden Garden decorated journal. It wasn't meant to have anything in it, but I just kept adding a few bits here and there. So a decorated journal with enough pretty little pieces to further decorate or possibly start a new floral journal. The fabric would actually look quite lovely as a patchwork. So yes, there's my one of my journals. There are 6 and they will be going into my shop today. Thanks for watching. Bye.